You know, I try to be positive down here in this downcasted system, and I'm a pretty positive person. But once you really break through and see what you're in, you see that every system is set up to cause you to fail. You have to be as wise as a serpent, but gentle as doves. You know, the medical system, the education system, it's all anti. It's the whole system. It doesn't matter what system. So this is what, you see people rebelling against the system. I understand, but you have to just, instead of rebelling against the system, you have to kind of just trust God, and He makes a way. He'll make a way when you don't even know how you're gonna get it done. You know, it could be anything from stock trading to whatever. There's a lot of people, they're trying to do it in their own power, but you can't do it in your own power. You can't make it in your own power. Whatever it is, just pray about it. You know, God will make a way of escape. Anything that you face, you're going to come across an obstacle. Whatever you set out to do, there's going to be an obstacle that you can't overcome. It's going to happen to everybody. And the ones who try to overcome it in the energy of the flesh, they end up killing people or whatever. But everybody's going to face an obstacle, whether it's a health issue, whether it's a financial issue, whether it's a divorce, whether it's a whatever it is. But you have to really to be an overcomer. You know, the Bible talks about to those that overcome. In Revelation 2 and 3, to those that overcome. You're overcoming a lot of stuff. You're overcoming the Jezebel spirit. You're overcoming the idolatry of you're overcoming a lot. But you can't do it except in Christ. In Christ. You might say, well, I made a lot of mistakes. I know. But His mercies are new every morning. Everybody messes up. Everybody's born in sin. Everybody messes up. Nobody's perfect. Everybody's done wrong. Everybody's done wrong. But you can be an overcomer if you run to God. And if you think about it, why did God put you here? Did He put you here to fail? No. He put you here to be born again and to grow and be birthed into your new state, to grow, growth, development, building up, rise up, overcome, learn from your mistakes, just keep on keeping on, fight the good fight of faith. It's all about walking by faith, really. It's a lot of it's to test your faith. The devil's going to tempt you, but God is going to test you. If you can stand that trial or that test and come out on the other side, you're going to have a blessing. You're going to have a blessing like you ain't never seen. Because once you go past that, there's always like this. There's bloodline patterns, and there's patterns that you created. If you can just push through that wall to the other side. Push through that wall to the other side. You'll be set. It's all actually a simulation. Every day's the same. You're going through a repeat, but it's a simulation to train. It's a training program to move you to your next state. That's what it is. And it's because mankind is so stubborn and hard-headed, God has to put us through that cycle over and over and over. And it's really a trip, to be honest with you. like this person here almost pulled out in front of me. Now everybody makes a mistake. If I'd have hit them, it'd have been their fault, but I wouldn't have been mad at them. They just didn't see it. I don't know why they didn't go. They were act like they were going over and change their mind. Everybody messes up. And if you look at your failure instead of look at your destiny, you're going to stay in failure. In other words, if you look at your shortcomings and that's all you think about, you're not going to get anywhere. You got to move to the next level, move to the next step, move to the next height. You know? You press on. What else are you going to do? Sit down and die, and sit down and be lazy, or sit down and have no plans or no goals? Yeah, it's a bad system. Yeah, the whole system's against you, but the whole purpose of it is to hit you, that you overcome, that you rise up above it. Yes, you have narcissists around you. Yes, you have psychopaths, sociopaths. Yes, you have con artists. Yes, you have all kinds of stuff, but you overcome and you learn how to deal. And actually what's happening is God is testing you when you deal with other people. If you can forgive, can you forgive? If you can escape the bitterness, don't have bitterness. Somebody messed with you or something, or did something, you got to let go of the bitterness. You got to let go. You got to forgive. You just got to overcome. It's actually the mind of Christ. You got to learn how to overcome. Now he called the Pharisees devils, right? Doesn't mean you have to be some kind of pie in the sky person. You got to walk down here. You're living in two worlds. You're seated in the heavenlies and you're walking down here. You're seated in heaven in Christ, but you're also walking down here. So you're like a dual nature person in a dual situation. So you have to balance the spiritual and balance the natural, and you have to do it in such a way that you don't let people, you set up those boundaries, and you set up those what's the word I'm looking for, line of demarcation or whatever, that you say, this is the line, we're not going this far, we're stopping. Boundaries. And as long as you keep strong boundaries, you're probably going to get along with people. You're probably going to have peace. But if you don't set up those boundaries ahead of time, you're going to have trouble. You're going to have some trouble with a capital T. So what am I saying? Yeah, I talk about the system a lot. Yeah, I talk about how bad it is and how evil it is. But it's the nature of the fallen human creating systems that are. Man thinks he can create a perfect system. He can't. And so, because man can't create a perfect system, you learn to adapt. If something comes out in the road, I move out of the way. Comes this, I move this way. Whatever happens, you dodge it, and you learn from you learn from your mistakes, you learn from other people's mistakes, and you just keep on flowing. But you don't live in the past, you live in the present. You actually can't live in the future, but you make plans for the future. But you live in the now. You set some goals, you set some plans, but you live in the now. And as you live in the now, and you don't worry about tomorrow, everything works out better, if that makes any sense.